Hello. Hello, good morning. I just got some weird message saying I'm out of storage. What? Hang on. Let me delete. Hi. All right there. So this is a legit headache stream. I'm just going to delete some movies that I definitely paid for because I think they're taking up tons of well, I'm not going to watch that. I'm not going to watch that. Don't know what that is. That looks boring. Seen that. Can't see myself watching that. All of that. Right. That's probably just sorted me out. About a million gigs of memory. I need a new computer so badly. It's going to happen as well. Sometimes you can't rest on that nice little bit of savings. I can get it through the business somehow, but I might have to put a bit of my own money in. I don't know what. So look, here's the fact. I mean, I wanted a few people to turn up before I told you, but I got a migraine last night. And I'm just emptying my recycle bin. I think that might help as well. Because surely, if it's in there, it's taking up some kind of memory. And that might be, don't tell me it's going to take that long. I might be buffering now. I might be not even on the screen. I don't know whether or what I've just done has screwed anything up. I recognise that avatar. Nice one, Scorry. We will be doing those probably next week. There will be no yoga stream this afternoon. Look, this is getting crazy. Scorry, thanks for joining, mate. We'll see you in the members' chats next week. You'll all be warned well in advance, so don't worry about missing them. So this is what's been happening, like almost every weekend, if not every other. It certainly feels like it. Oh, that's very kind of you, Anglo-Saxon. No, well, I'll get to that. I mean, it's a migraine, it's not an headache. But if I have like 4 paracetamols, it can help. But I don't like taking paracetamol. And, you know, when I'm having look, this is what I think's happening. Thank you for the donation and thank you for suggesting some headache tablets. But if I have the proper migraine tablets that were scripted to me in England, Zomig, they knock me out much like the migraine does. You know, I'm out of the picture for a day if I have the Zomig. Now, I'm not vomiting. I'm not ultra light sensitive. My muscles ain't aching. You know, it does piss me off when people go, oh, I get migraines. And they don't. They get a very bad headache, which is also agony. I'm not taking anything away from people who get very bad headaches. But the headache part of my migraine is the least of my worries. It's the aching bones. It's the light sensitivity. It's the emotional side of it. It's vomiting. Always thinking you're going to vomit. There's a load more to it than just tunnel vision. Can you imagine having tunnel vision for 8 hours? It's fucking awful. Not being able to read anything. There's a blind spot. There's patterns in my eyes. I get it with aura. Now, if I take the Zomig or 4 or 5 paracetamols, the aura goes, the vomiting, you know, it has an effect, but it also wipes me out. And I don't think 4 paracetamol is very good for your anything. You know, they don't even know how that stuff works. They don't know how it works. They just realised it did and went, nah, I'll be all right. Yeah, and I know for someone with my history, I don't like taking medicine. I don't like taking tablets. I don't like taking. I know with my history that seems a bit weird, but with heroin, I know what it is. I know what it is. The science is in on it. Anyway, Anglo, thanks for that 5 spot, and thank you, Scorry, because although you've become a member, it is essentially part of the grift. So it's and we have a real good laugh in those streams. They're not like this. I'm going to try and do it through Zoom, so we can all get, or literally everyone can get on the screen. Be a good laugh. If I can't do it on Zoom, I can still get 10 of us on. So it should be a laugh. It should be a laugh. Let me load up entropy and get the grift out of the way anyway. That's if entropy will load. What Wi-Fi am I on at the moment? There's a storm here. It's not quite a monsoon, but so this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm, my migraines have always been stress related. Most illnesses are. My GP in Soho said to me that stress kills more than anything else. And I was going, yeah, what about things like cancer? And he said, yeah, there's a fair amount of science in that cancer comes from stress. And stress causes heart attacks, stress causes strokes, stress causes your immune system to weaken. I'm no doctor. This is stuff I've picked up along the way. I'm not saying this is all fact or anything. I'm getting pissed around by entropy, but we'll give it a go anyway. Stress is a big killer. And I know because the worst spate of migraines I ever had was building up to the Edinburgh Festival. And I was getting 2 or 3 a day. And then when I arrived at Edinburgh and done my first show, and it smashed it, and all the reviewers were in because it was my second sort of solo show. And I knew that I'd smashed it. And even the reviewers said to me afterwards, they said, fuck me, you've just torn this festival apart. I didn't have another migraine that year. Whereas I was getting sometimes 2 a day. 2 a day. So you get all the visuals, your tunnel vision comes in, you're puking up, you're laid out, lights off. You start feeling better about 6 hours later. So you make yourself a little bit of food, just something. 10 minutes later, visuals come back, start puking up, back in bed. 2 a day I was getting. At least 1 a day. And then I'd done my first show. Didn't have another one all year. So I know that they are stress related. And I think what's happening, I'm working all week. And all week I'm doing my day job. I'm doing streams, and I'm also doing writing. And when it gets to the weekend, I'm like, right, I can work on my novel. I've got the whole weekend to myself in for Mrs. Ain't here. And my body says no. My body says no. Here's a migraine. Lay down, stop doing things. So I think and I know this anyway, I've got to, when I work for my business, I overwork. I do things I don't need to do because I've nearly lost my business in the past through various reasons. And I just feel like if I don't put 10 hours in and I lost my business, I'll be kicking myself for the rest of my life. But out of that 10 hours work, maybe 5 hours is worth doing. And the other 5 is just poncing around, tidying things up, causing problems that don't exist. And so that's where the issue is. I don't, as a boss who's delegated out to, 10, 12, 13 staff, don't need to put all that time in. So I think that's what it is. So that's where I'm going to look at it. But I couldn't obviously stream last night. If you'd have seen me, I'd have been like, with all the lights off. And I'm about 70% today, but I thought, these are the scrubs. They understand. I don't need to be mad, hyperactive performing. It's nice to see and nice to get together. And I think this will be all right. So, here we are. There is entropy is struggling a little bit, but it still seems to be working. So I'm going to put the link in the chat and then do what I do with that. Thank you, Anglo-Saxon, for the donation. And I think I just saw Alan. Let me get that. Good Lord, it's going so fast. Where's my and little bullet? Where's my post? Stop writing. Can you stop writing, please? Hang on, Alan, I've seen it. Can you all just stop writing, please? Oh, I knew I shouldn't have asked that. Right, there it is. There it is. Right. Right. Bosh. Bosh. Okay, now let me see if I can pick these all up. Otherwise, I'm going to get in all sorts of trouble. Right, so this is how you can support this channel. You can become a member, then you get in the private streams. The private streams are viewable afterwards by everyone, so there's that link in the description. Super chat down there, like Anglo-Saxon, Lil Bullet, and my man Alan have already done. Or entropy, link in the description and at the top of the chat. All right. I don't expect to get rich from this, but I do appreciate a few quid because I put a lot of time and effort into it. Exactly that, Zeitgeist. I'm going to show a bit of that video you sent me as well. Amazing. And inspired me. I don't know if you've seen the email I sent back to you. People, Zeitgeist sent me a video about a bloke living off the grid, built himself a cabin, built himself a workshop. And this is the sort of thing I'm thinking. I mean, my missus wants a luxury princess house. Yeah, I get that. But I can buy a bit of land out in the provinces for next to nothing. I'm talking 3 or 4 grand for a couple of acres, really. Get a traditional Cambodian house built out of wooden logs, poles, it's off the ground. You know, fairly big. They don't have to be little poncy things. And slowly add to it as I, you know, as more money comes in later in life, and slowly grow it. And, you know, get the solar panels in, get some kind of hydroelectricity working. It's easy out there. There's plenty of water. I mean, monsoon season, you know, that's 3 months of hydroelectricity. And what, sunshine out here for the rest of the year. When it's not monsoon season, there's like 9 hours of direct sunlight a day. Yeah, this geezer I'll show you a bit later. He's living a few hours a day in England or something on English sunlight, which I'm not knocking. I love an English summer's day, don't get me wrong. But out here, I'd be able to power my house 20 times over on the sunlight. It's equatorial. We're near the sun. Hello, Nicholas. Long time, son. Good to see you. Hello, Tony. I love seeing these old chaps turn up. Less of the old. Hello, Barkley. You all right, son? What the fuck is he talking about? I always take the bins out. I'm a bin taker out. The missus won't do it. My missus has massive nails, like talons. They're about 1 inch long because I like them like that. But the deal is that she doesn't wash up, doesn't take the bins out. Anything that would likely to damage her nails, she doesn't have to do. I make the bed because pulling sheets with 1.5 inch long nails, nah. It's a fair payoff because once those things are doing what they do, all that washing up and taking the bins out, it seems like a very small sacrifice. Okay, good call, Gaff. I'll have a look at that. I have got a computer expert. I'll talk to him about it, but it just came up when I clicked go live, it said you're out of memory. I mean, it hasn't come up again. And I did have about 10 gigs. No, sorry, about 50 gigs in my never emptied recycle bin. Right, where was I? Lil Bullet, hello mate, good to see you. Thanks for the donation. Hype. Nah, not for me, man. Not for me. Never helped before with headaches or migraines. Just made it worse. Cheers, Moody Edge. Cheers, Ian. I like it when 2 people make the same joke because it dilutes it. Hello, Shagrat. Well, this is the other thing, I nearly called you liver. This is the other thing, liver. The thing about migraines is people just tell you what it is all the time. I try not to bring it up in conversation because, you know, I'll be out somewhere and I go, sorry, I didn't make it yesterday. I had a migraine. And one bloke will go, you know what you need to do? You need to raise your bed. You need to raise your bed about 3 inches, one end, so that your head is lower, yeah? And I go, all right, I'll do that. Then the other person will go, gluten, it's gluten. Okay. You know, by the end of a week's advice on how to treat my migraines, I wouldn't have a life left. I'd be too busy doing everything I've been told to sort out my migraines. Well, as I just said, if I take 4 of them, it works. So, you know, I'm going to have to question that. But, you know. Our pal's not a doctor, but he recommends tables. Well, I got a table stuck to the ceiling, so, you know, not all bad. Oh, there you go. That ain't bad, is it? Loads of lovely people in. Hello, Alan. How are you, my friend? This is your 3rd and final day off. I think, so, like me, you're back to work tomorrow. I was so looking. Do you remember Friday? The excitement and I'll tell you what. Even doing this stream is. I mean, I did have a paracetamol about 20 minutes ago, but just taking the attention off the headache is making the headache go. So. But you remember Friday, I was so excited. I said I might even approach finishing it. And when I give it to my editor, that's it now. I've given him carte blanche. You chop that up as you want, and then it gets published. And I thought I'd get there this weekend. I've done nothing on it. Nothing. Gutted. But acceptance. All right. All right, so that's happened. But I did get a Substack out. It has now had over 1,000 reads. 1,000 reads in like 3 days. I've only been on Substack about 4 months. Amazing. I was like, shit. And of course, teacher's pet Ludwig just brought tears to my eyes. I sent that story to the girl in the story called Lucy, right? If you've read it, and I imagine a lot of scrubs make up those numbers. Although I do get subscriptions from people I don't know their names. So, you know, when I first set it up, I was getting 6 or 7 a day. I was like, wicked. I still get sometimes 3 a day, 4 a day. But, well, Moody Edge, I've always had them. And that isn't necessarily unlikely. You know, I've always had headaches. They're always here. Although I did have a migraine, the first migraine ever this side, a few months ago, a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, it might be. You know, you die of something. I mean, fuck it. It's no big one. You're going to die. But cheers, Alan. Appreciate it. Let me just check there's no more of them, and then I'll come back. And Jimmy, I was apologising to Jimmy because someone said something like, why no stream yesterday? And I said I had a migraine, but I'm going to do a headache stream. No, Marzipan said to someone else, search headache stream. And they went, lol. And I said, it's not a joke. It's called Headache Stream, but I don't want to shield my channel in Jimmy's. Jimmy just went, I don't give a shit. Just do it. Right. Nice one. You know what, Jimmy? The funny thing is there's a supplier in America I've been dealing with for nearly 20 years. And, you know, I write emails to him and I always say nice one at the end of the email or at the start of the email, because if I'm replying, nice one, mate, blah, 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 blah. Or it'll be, I need to talk to you about so-and-so. Get back to me when you've got a bit of time. Nice one. And after about 5 years, he started writing nice one at the end of his emails. Nice one, LOL. And I was saying, what's funny about that? And he said, we don't hear that in America. It's not a saying, nice one. What does that mean? And I was like, well, it's a nice one, isn't it? And then I started thinking, what does it mean? Nice one. Oh my God, look at that. I can feel myself coming back into myself. You know what I'll do though? And this is classic me. I'll be all right. End of this stream, I'll be feeling fine. I think, right, you know, you've had a headache for 2.5 days or 1.5 days. Do some writing. Get your novel done. Yeah, you know, give yourself another migraine. No, for sure, Scorry. Thank you, Jimmy, for that 5-bit though. Lovely. Doing my best. In the community chat, in the community tab, I put a post about health. I'll put it in the chat now. Thank you, Jimmy, for that. All seriousness. I've put the link in the chat. It's about health, and I'd like you to answer it. It's that one. So if you, it's a poll about health. So I would be interested in your thingamybobs. Willow says, my mum had a brain tumour. She had it removed 13 years ago. She's all right, but it gave her a wandering eye and changed her personality. Fucking hell. Well, someone I know, someone I work with, I don't want to dox this person or give you any more information about them, but someone I know well has got a tumour. And they said it's malignant or benign. I can never remember. And they just said it's all right. It's not going to cause you any trouble. We'll keep an eye on it, but I wouldn't worry about it. Many people have them. And when he told me that, I was like, shit, man. Because he started having hearing problems. So he, and they just said, no, you're all right. There's no point us going in there. Anglo-Saxon, you're making me question it all over again. What is it? Nice one. I think it must have come from the old man. Nice one, mate. Yeah, but nice one, Anglo-Saxon, you know. Like, really. I don't know what else to say. That's what I say. Thank you. Hey, there you go. Thank you. It's a bit formal, isn't it? Thank you. What's happening with me entropy? Let me refresh it and see if I can sort it out. Because here we go, sorted. You can donate to entropy when it ain't working, but it is working, and I still see them, and they'll still go on the screen, but I've just sorted it out. And let me see. No, we're all right. Alan, Jimmy, Anglo. Lovely. Lovely. Nice one. Good to see all you lot in here on a Sunday morning. Hello, Salmon. How you doing, man? Della's suffered her whole life with migraines. It's just if you get sudden headaches. I don't know what the second bit means. Yeah, likewise. But I can go 4 or 5 years without one and then get a spate of them. And that's what makes me believe it's stress related. Fondue Vulcan. So did he, can you ask, nice to have you, Fondue Vulcan. Welcome to the glorious house of Scrubs. Stream twice a day, knock out videos as well. Well, sometimes, mostly twice a day. If the girlfriend's here, that ain't happening. But did you come here because Devon, did he put mine and his conversation that we had on this channel on his censored TV channel? Is that how comes you've come here? That'll be interesting to me. I'm being answered by someone else. There you go. Apparently, he has uploaded it. Oh, that's nice. Well, lovely to have you. Lovely to have you. Fondue Vulcan, was it? I can't remember now. I'll blame the headache. Fondue Vulcan. That's a bit of a contradiction. That's a bit of an oxymoron, isn't it? Fondue. We all bought a fondue. All families, all working class families in England bought a fondue in the 70s. Used it once. Nice to see you, Emma. Shame you can't stop. You're one of my favourites. We get that was awful, wasn't it? You're one of my favourites. We get more ladies here than the reg. I think I've gone down actually to about 17%. But most these kind of streams, they're on about 8% women. So 17%. Yeah. Yeah. See you later, Emma. What, regular medication that you have to take like regularly or when they come on? I couldn't take regular medication. That ain't happening. Hello, Rollo. When I listen to a stream, I'm always doing chores. I'm now putting a rubber roof on. When do you get time to do chores? Well, I rent, don't I? I rent my property. I pay my girlfriend's sister to clean the place. All I've got to do is cook and eat, which I do. I cook and eat. I don't really have to do much else. You know, there's no kids here yet. And even when there are, the missus will be looking after them because she's traditional. So that'll be all right. Good on you, mate. Nice one. Nice one, Alan. Yeah, nice one. Thank you, Alan. I'd rather you call me Paul. Salmon feels like Ackle School. I know. Okay, no worries, Paul. Easily sorted, Paul. What's worse, migraines or toothache? Well, toothache is, well, they've both got pros and cons. Well, they haven't. They've both got different levels of cons. Like when I got a toothache up in the province, next day, dentist, pull it out, job's a good one. Although my bone did come out of my jaw. But if I could choose between the two, I'd have toothache. Because you've only got 32 teeth, so you can only get 32 toothaches in your life, in theory. Whereas migraines, you know, they can just keep going. But in terms of what hurts more, I'd say a toothache hurts more. But you can get it sorted. You know, even in Cambodia, if I was in Phnom Penh and I got a toothache, I can go to a dentist and he'll sort it out that hour. That's the difference. A migraine just wipes me out. Hello, Riggs. No, I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. Sucking in the beer gut. I can't risk that. Not today. I mean, that would just be stupid. Apologies, people. We'll do one this week though for sure. But I'm gonna be taking it easy today for sure. Apologies, people. But we will do one. We will do one this week. I always do. It's always on loudspeaker. You will never catch me. Well, now you will. But now loudspeaker down there, all with these in. But it's usually loudspeaker. Right, now there's 100 people in here. Right. Oh, Jimmy Greaves has gone, has he? Bless him. See you later, Jimmy. Yeah, you remember the fondues? Oh, lovely. Oh, look, when you dip your meat. We done one with oil where you cook your meat in it, and we done one with cheese. And never did that thing see the light of day again. I think it's still there. I can actually picture it where it is up on top of the cupboards in my mum's kitchen, like black with dust and and soot. What was I going to say? Hello, Flammadiddler. Good to see you. SodaStream's another one. I mean, you can only shit black poo, you know, enough times till you realise that stuff's lethal. Only the rich kids where I lived had a SodaStream. Hello, Tito. Did someone say that was? Well, you can have an oil fondue or a cheese fondue, can't you? They're both, you know, they're both much the same thing. Are you sure, Chrissy? Are you sure about that? I'll have a look into it. Oh, I don't know about that, Ray. Ray, I'm going to call you on that one. Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you. Well, Bourbon Decay is saying the same. Nice to see you. Are you from AIU as well? Or don't tell me you're going to say, no, I've been here years, you no memory bastard. I'm going to call you two on that one, the people who said that. Willow says to Riggs, I bet you were sucking the gut in when you were dating Linda Lusardi. I bet he weren't. I bet he was that. I bet his own belly was the last thing he was thinking about. Hey, who bought a toasted sandwich maker and it got a lot of use? Because our one did. Our one was ready, always plugged in. Fucking brilliant. Chuck the butter in, chuck the bread in, anything in the fridge, bit of cheese, bit of ham, bit of cut. My brother would put coleslaw in. I put baked beans in mine. Shut the lid. 5 minutes. Oh, I mean, I think anyone who says one, it's probably going to be the stoner, the teenage stoner section of the Scrubs. Give us a one if you used your sandwich toaster frequently. Yeah, John. Bread makers, they didn't get a lot of use. Yeah, John's up with it. Mark, Yeah. So what, still? Or like back in the day with you when you were a kid? Yeah, I think the omelette maker, good Lord, you've only got to put a couple of eggs and a bit of milk in a pan. What the fuck? What? Omelette maker? That's like a toast maker. A fucking omelette maker. That is incredible. Well, there's a slight difference of opinion here, Flammadiddler. I mean, you know, this is the stuff. This is the stuff you come here for. Okay, there's a few ones in the chat, but a few more. Oh, there's loads. Yeah, I was right. There was a little delay. Yeah, the old sandwich. I'm mate. There. I'm thinking of getting one as we speak. They're excellent. They're excellent. What, baked bean and cheese toasted sandwich? Give it here. Get that ketchup out. Let's go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Look, Della. Oh no, it's look, pizzles on it. So look, you know, and we're all individuals. There's no, I'm not saying this is a right or a wrong, but I did think bread makers, fondues, soda streams, you know, they get a couple of weeks. But toasted sandwich makers was just like, for me, that's up there with the electric light bulb as great inventions of the West. Cat Squatch, hello. Rathchilds, hello. Tech Roach, are you here? Alan still uses his. I knew I could rely on you, Alan. Look at that, Glenn. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I tell you what, I know this might sound a bit rank, but if you can get some mozzarella and do it with mozzarella, oh, cheese and Marmite. I know people have Marmite on digestive biscuits. They can stay out of my life. I'm not having that. Rag still uses his. Yeah, I knew I could rely on you, Rags. So Devon put the video up. Oh, that's nice. We might get a couple. Oh, it's a pleasure to help you. Absolute pleasure. Thanks. Yeah, I ain't great. It's still there. It's still there. It's but it is on its. We did because what you don't know is on a Sunday morning, all the people in Dartford who was on sulfate, which was about 90% of people under the age of 50. They went, there's an underground, it's like an underground sort of like disused car park, and there's 1,000 exercise bikes in there, and they're all wired up to dynamos. So everyone who's had their 3-day speed binge, who wants to sort of, you know, get that last bit out of their system, they go down there, and that generates electricity for the rest of the week. So yeah, not many people know about the underground Dartford speed expenditure power system. Jam and banana, that junky sweet tooth. Oh, the George Foreman grill is that's a junkie standard. You can just put anything in it, shut the lid, go out, come back, dinner's made. Lovely. Emma G, how was your glamping? How did it go? I've asked the other half. Look at them having a little domestic in the chat. It's lovely. Oh, another junky sweet tooth on that. Come on in. Yeah, they're great, RMF. They're great. I think they're great. You know, you can chuck a couple of bits of bacon in it, crack an egg in it, you know, a couple of bits of cold meat, like, you know, like some nice Italian meats. Shut the lid, all the shit drains out. Shove it on a plate. Dinner's ready. Yeah. You can read one of my Substacks about the old sugar sandwich, salad cream sandwich, golden syrup sandwich. Mum, I'm hungry. Have a sandwich. Oh, if you say that again, Mum, If you say that again, there's going to be problems. Well, Della, I've got a fold-up bike in my mother's shed in England, and I'm so gutted that I haven't got it out here. My rich girlfriend bought it for me, and there was only like 30 of them made of that particular colour. It's a very good one. Well, having said that, the scooter out here, I'm getting a bit old for fold-up bikes, I think. Although I did love it. And I'm sure by the time I get back to England, it'll be just a rusty old thing. Tomato ketchup sandwich, absolutely degenerate. Right, listen, so we're having a Scrubs music festival. So if any of you have ever made any music, you know, when you were 18, last month, I've had so many Scrubs send me music that they've made, whether it be dance music, whether they were in bands. And when I asked, when I put out a call to action, send me some music for the music festival, I've had two people. So come on, in the subject heading, put Scrubs music. That way I can just pop it in a folder and I don't listen to it, so that when it comes to the festival, I will be encountering it for the first time too. So dig out any old music you've made. If you've been in bands, whatever, if you made it yourself, if it's just you on a guitar, it doesn't matter. Send it to me, MP3 ideally, and just put Scrubs music. Once we've got enough, about 20 or 30 pieces, we'll do a stream and it'll be all the Scrubs music and we can all discuss it and listen to it and do all that. And I know that there's more than two people because over the years I've had loads. So let's have a bit of your music. No, I know that, Ian, but I was thinking of Cambodia. It's not quite the same as, you know, I live in a city, and when you've got scooters out here, in and out. LC350 says, we cooked an egg on a form and it slid off. You need to adjust those little things underneath to take the angle so it's less acute, less obtuse. I don't know, one or the other. The Truth Will Set You Free is giving out voltage advice on the old George Foreman grill. No. Well, if it's to music, yes. But if I say we can have it as poems, well, it would just be loads of words, which isn't the same as a music festival, is it? Sorry, Alan. Fair point. Skin scar. Morning, people. Got in it last night. Feel really sore. Going to pick my motor up. Oh, mate. Come on. You're an OG scrub. But what's got to be done's got to be done. I'm feeling a bit shitty, but it weren't my own doing. But, you know, rough with a smooth skin. Go and get the motor. I might still be here if you get back and you're up for it. Mark's off to a wedding. How lovely. We all need COVID tests. I'm not going to take the test, but so I did. I don't know if you should say that in public. That can get used against you in a court of moral law. That would count. If you wrote it, you could, of course, explain that in the email, but just put Scrubs music in the subject. That's important. Loads of people have sent me music over the years, and now I've asked for it. Now it's going to go wider. I need a piss. Anyone want to take over the stream while I have a wee? It's going to be like 2 minutes. Anyone want to take over the stream while I have a wee? Well, it would have been in the past, but I don't think the churches are that busy anymore. Flammadiddler, you're up for it, yeah? All right. Don't let anyone else in, though, because you might get some bastard in. No, Don, it's not number 2. Here you go, Flammadiddler. It's in the chat. But the rules are don't let anyone else in. That's got to be you. I'll be very upset if you do. That's very nice advice, Osmeister. I mean, I'll consider it. I mean, I nearly did. I nearly am. Hurry up, Flammer. Hang on a minute. I've missed a super chat from my man Anglo-Saxon. You've been very generous lately. And it does mean a lot to me. But where the fuck is that one gone? I'll just see it in entropy. He says, staring at a computer screen won't help a migraine. Well, I'm trying. I'm sort of not. Because I've got the glasses and I'm sort of looking over it. But I have to read, messages. Yeah. Thank you, Anglo. Flammer, where are you? You got about 5 seconds left, or I'm giving it to Jimmy. The juicers. I mean, when I lived in the squat in Bethnal Green, there was 8 of us living there. The juicer came out every night. We were using so many drugs. It was like, we need to have some kind of nutrition. But juicers ain't that good for you. They say they are, but it's so much fructose. But you take all the fiber out of the fruit, and you're just getting fruit sugars. It's just sugar. It's so bad for your teeth. Yeah, but you can't put beans and coleslaw in it unless you turn it on its side. And I've done it. It's still a risk. Right, Jimmy, go on then. Flammer's fiddling around too much. Jimmy, you still in here? Jimmy's been tripping all night long. Jimmy, there's the link. I've just put it in the stream, in the chat. Click that, and you can have a couple of minutes while I have a wee. I haven't got a piss break sign. Don't say anything that's going to get my channel banned, eh? Here you go, people.
All right, there I am.
Right. Can I hear you speak, Jimmy? Can't hear you, mate.
You can't hear me. Oh, fuck me.
Oh, hang on. That might be my fault. Hang on. Give us a couple of seconds. No, I can't hear you. Can anyone else hear Jimmy? Can't hear you, son. Can anyone else hear him? Say something, Jimmy. Oh, you tripping bastard. Look at him, look. Oh, look at that, look. Oh, you could hear him. Why the fuck couldn't I hear him? Yeah, what's going on, Bluetooth? Jimmy, apparently you're all right. Danger pods connected. Right. Audio. Headphones, danger pods. Should be all right. I didn't chuck him out. It weren't me. Yeah, he's loud. I couldn't hear him. Who knows what the hell's going on there? Jimmy, try again. It was my fault. Jimmy was wiped.
There it is.
Hello, Jim.
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, apparently everyone else can hear you, so I'll piss off for a minute.
All right. Okay.
Don't get me banned, you bastard.
No.
Keep it down.
I won't. This is kind of weird, huh? No, this is kind of weird. I can't see the fucking chat. So I'm going to have to watch it in my phone. Because I'm a fucking complete moron when it comes to this. Oh, shit. God damn it. Oh, headache stream. There it is. All right. Yeah, I see myself. Jimmy on his bed. What's up? What's up? I can read the chat from here. Talk about art, Jimmy. We have expectations. Well, that's an acrylic. Right there. That's my acrylic. That's David Bowie. Right there. Called Child in Berlin. This is Jerry Garcia. It's great to trip though.
Wow, that is a weird one. Check me audio. Audio, default test. Man, nothing.
Now he's back.
There.
Dangerfield's back. He's got me on private chat now, I think.
Aha.
This is weird. Man, fuck Biden. We got to get that in there.
What is going on there? Hang on a minute. You keep talking, Jimmy. You doing all right, son? I can't hear you if you can hear me.
Yeah.
So I'm
this is kind of weird.
Well. You looking good?
This is weird.
Right, let's try again.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Can you hear me? Can you
keep going, son? You're doing a great job.
Me.
Yeah, they've got plenty of charge, you know.
We hear both. Okay, they hear both. They hear both. All right. This is kind of strange. I never did this before, so. Like your flag. Right. Yeah, that's cool. We can hear you both, right? They hear us. So let me read the chat.
It's very strange.
No questions. No questions. Love the flag. Thank you, Mark. Come on, man. Come on, man. Jimmy coming through well. We can hear you. Am I on drugs again? Two boomers at large.
Son, you keep talking. Keep it going.
Jimmy, you haven't slept yet? No. I haven't slept.
Cam, mic, audio.
Yeah. No, I was laying in bed trying to sleep, and then Dangerfield put me up to this.
Absolutely bizarre.
It is kind of strange, but I think
this computer's on its way.
Jimmy, give us the English accent. Right. Nice one, Jimmy. Nice one, Jimmy.
Maybe I need to turn them off my telephone. Keep going, Jimmy. You're doing a great job.
Will Trump run again? Yeah, I think he will. What did you think of the Fed protest? The Capitol. That was horrible. The setup. What does Jimmy do? I'm a landscaper.
Go on, Jim. Keep talking.
LC 350. Oh, Jimmy.
What is?
Are you the Night Stalker? No. This is very strange. I'm not used to this.
Maybe I pressed the wrong buttons or something.
I'm amazed I was able to fucking follow this. Have you got a license for that accent, Jimmy? In it?
Right.
Nice one, Jimmy. I think I got Dangerfield down on that one.
Thank you, Mark.
Nice one, Jimmy.
Yeah, good work. I can hear you, mate. We're good. Hello, son. Right, Jimmy. Right, nice one. Fuck him. What the hell is going on here? Jimmy, thank you very much. You were great. Thank you. Yeah, nice one, mate. Oh, fuck, I've just banned him. I haven't really, just pulling your plug. Let me just do a sound check. Right, sorry, Jimmy, bless you. Tech Roach, I've got your email. It's heavy stuff, right? As you know, it's heavy and it's long. I'm not ignoring it, but I haven't had any time. I had the migraine. I've been working all week. I will respond. And I don't want you to feel like you wrote all that and I've just like, yeah, fuck it. No. Okay, so that will get an answer. So Sweet. Yeah, Jay in the chat for Jimmy. I mean, I didn't hear a word of it. Ideally, when I go to the piss with these in, I could have heard what he was saying. But I trust him because he's good fun. And thank you, Jimmy. Thank you very much. I think I might have missed a super chat or two on the way. Let me check my entropy because that shows me. Anglo-Saxon, that I've got to find that one. That can't be miles away. Hello, Sally. Didn't see. Oh, cool. Hello, Moslab. You steady. Can you just confirm which one's before? You're a cheeky bastard. No, it wasn't. Absolutely legit. Me and Jimmy did not arrange. Fuck you. I'd be proud. I'd be proud to look like Jimmy at his age. I mean, it's looking like that at 86. That's going pretty well. I wouldn't. I'm going to show your video in a minute, mate. Brilliant. Really encouraged me, and I'm going to talk to the scrubs in a minute. What does that even mean? I'm not. I told you I weren't firing on all cylinders this morning. We're doing all right, though. Good work, Jimmy. All right, hang on a minute. Where the fuck? Oh, gotcha. Thank you, Anglo. I'm introducing my missus to the glorious House of Scrubs. Can I get a shout out to Carrie, please? Hoyt? Well, you can do better. We can do better than that because you've been very generous. So, people, we'll have a Carrie in the chat, please. I'm asking you, Scrubs. Hello, Carrie. Yeah. Welcome to the glorious House of Scrubs. Hoyt. That's the left-handed salute, which is saved for special occasions. Lovely. Oh, you'll love it here. There's nothing. Nothing happens here. I'll tell you what this is, and this is the honest truth. If you take all the weirdos, all the wrong uns, all the people that didn't fit into the middle of the road, dull social groups that permeate the planet like a virus, the scrubs are all the people that were too off the wall for normal society, and they kind of gravitated to the central point and have found a home where they're respected, understood, and loved. So, Carrie, lovely to see you. And look at all those Carries in the chat. So there you go. I mean, it's a funny little place. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes stories are told. Sometimes there's a bit of footage. Sometimes there's a couple of stills. It can go a bit right. It can go a bit wrong. But your other half is a very generous man. He's been looking after me lately, which is much appreciated. Not like that. Oh, steady on, Carrie. Good Lord. Steady. Right. I'm going to show you a bit of footage. Now, listen. Yeah, I think it was fair enough, wasn't it? I think it was fair enough to say that. Yes, John. Yes. Isn't that the movie in Home Alone? We are us. We are us. Right. It certainly is that, our pizzle. We are the scrubs. Right. Well, you think you are. Your missus tells me otherwise. Mate, you've got your own man-dom bar in your garden. It's better than every pub in Dartford. That sets you apart from the majority of the world in a stroke. Oh my God, Andy, have an absolutely wonderful day. That sounds beautiful. Good Lord. No, enjoy that. Wow, so jealous. In a nice way. I'm not like you bastard. Envy is probably a better word. No, good luck. Good. Oh, look at Moslab. He's putting the boot in this morning. It's because he's got his new tattoo. I bet he ain't stopped looking at it. I bet he's in the mirror all day. Yeah? What, you want some, Antifa? You want some, leftist? Yeah? Moslab's going to start fighting like that soon so that he can just show it. Yeah, that hasn't had any effect on your absolute rudeness. Exactly that, Dub Power. Email or Telegram? Rags. Oh, no, without a doubt. I wouldn't expect anything less from the man. He's a hero of mine, really, Moslab. You know, I try and take the piss occasionally, but my natural and actual respect for the bloke doesn't let me, you know. Steady on, Brad. We don't need to hear the sound effects of what you're getting up to. Just make sure you pay him afterwards. I'll have a look. Raggles. Yeah, that's too much of a hot topic. Can't risk that. Cannot risk that. I did see that. Yes, I cannot risk that. I might put the link out later. Right, listen, people. So at some point, I'm going to build a house out here, right? And I'm going to get a couple of acres of land, and I'm going to get local builders to build me a traditional Khmer house, which is made of wood. It's got a V ceiling like this place. See those slats? This front room, see that there? Air conditioner. See it there? Oh, fuck me, I meant to do that. That's an air con. There's another one there. See it under the light? And there's another one there. All right? 3 air conditioners in this front room. Never used them. Even in the hot season, I mean, it's hot all year round. I mean, what is it now? Oh, it's 29, bit chilly. Never used those air conditioners because the design of the house, heat rises, goes out the ceiling. Lovely. In England, you have the opposite. You want the heat to stay in. Flat roofs are good, especially in kitchens, things like that. And I reckon I can get a couple of acres for a few grand. Seriously, I can get hydroelectric power during monsoon season. That's 3 months of the year. And then solar power for the rest of the year because it's sunny all day, every day. There's an average of 9 or 10 hours sun a day. And it's direct sunlight. It rarely is it overcast in Cambodia. I mean, monsoon season, yes, because do I have to explain this? Clouds make rain, right? Okay, we get that. So for the rest of the year, that's just solar power, solar panels all over the roof. And then I don't have to have a load of money. Buy the land, raise some more money, get the basic house built. My missus, who keeps saying she wants kids, I want kids, I want kids. When I actually say to her, should we do this then? She says, nah, let's travel a bit first. Because she wants to travel. She's never left Phnom Penh or the province. And she doesn't want to be pregnant traveling. She doesn't want to be traveling with newborns. So she said, look, I know I put it on you, but she's 23, you know, and she had a fertility check. And they said, yeah, you're ready. You're ready. So that's all good. Because her ultra fertility is going to compensate for my lack of fertility. And I reckon, you know, this isn't science, it's guesswork. As Sean Ryder says in Rote for Luck, I don't read, I just guess. Because guessing helps in life when you're a little bit worried that you're firing blanks because of the damage you've done to your body over the years. Although my doctor did say that I had the body of a 30-year-old. Well, he tested me when I was 20. Oh, I'm getting back on form. No, I was about 45 when he said that. Because I was going to do that ibogaine nonsense. Thank fuck I didn't. It killed a mate of mine a week before I was going to do it. Cease. Right. Well, you can get all that, Alan. You can get it. You can get that. No problem. You can get your internet wired up. No problem. And I know that because I've been watching videos where these people are living off the grid and they've got computers running. So all that. And anyway, so that's the plan. So I don't need, like in England, 200 grand for a poxy little bedsit. I can get the land for about 2 grand, wait a few months, make some money, earn some money. My investments are doing well. Give us a 1 in the chat if your free trade is doing well, because I've been having some incredible emails come through, and admittedly, most of the emails say, please don't make this public. Because their email is their real name. They say, but those investments that your mate talked about have been doing me a treat. So, you know, one lady has made a couple of grand. It's absolutely incredible. Don't do it. Don't. I've never heard of it. Let me look into it. But, you know, if you want to stop taking drugs, stop taking them. Oh, fucking hell, man. All this industry and getting people clean when there's only ever been one way of stopping. You stop. Right. No, well, that is good. Yeah, no, I've got amazing blood pressure. I've got an amazing, you know, I've done all anyway, listen. So buy the land, then raise the money to build a very basic traditional Cambodian house, outdoor toilet, right? Outdoor shower. It's easy. And then you dig a well. This is what my girlfriend's got. They've got a well. Well, that's where their water comes from. And they have showers in it. They just put a bucket of water in, pour it on their head. I don't need all that shit. You don't need hot water in Cambodia. In Cambodia, you don't have hot water taps. No one has hot water. I mean, my shower's hot water, but I never put it hot because it's too fucking hot. If you have a shower in hot water, I mean, it's kind of comforting, but then you get out and you sweat more than when you went in. So then you have to have another cold shower. So then, oh, good work, Willow. Good work. Absolutely beautiful. So, oh my God, Dub Power's up on 5K. Lovely. Oh, look at that. Absolutely through the roof. This is superb. Excellent. Well, you know, look, it's long term as well. You know, stocks are long term. You know, you're looking at 10 years and, you know, it's just going to keep growing. Good to hear it. Good to hear it. I'm not quite sure what it means, but there you go. See you later, Dub Power. Take care. Right, and then when I've got a bit more money, yeah, good call. But then, yeah, there you go, and it's lovely. It's what you want. You want a cold bucket of water over your head. But what they also do in the shower is have a water butt outside, which just gets warmed up by the sun. It's not solar power. It's just metal. So it gets warm. So if you do want warm water, they just turn the tap on and you can have warm water, but none of them use it. You know. Anyway. So then raise a bit more money, build another bit onto it. Raise a bit more money, build another bit onto it. So rather than the Western model of, dear bank, can you give me 200 grand and leave me stressed for life and I never actually own the house, you do, and if my life goes tits up, I'll lose everything and my wife will leave me. No. I'm putting 2 grand in every 6 months and it's getting a little bit bigger. And I own it. I own that land. Well, the girlfriend does. I own that house. It's mine. There's no mortgage. I'm not being charged some ludicrous interest. And it's just in the middle of a field. The nearest house is like half a mile that way. So anyway, Zeitgeist sends me a video. Now, when I start playing this, most of you, I imagine, because I know you fairly well, would probably want to watch all of this video. So I will give you the link. But fuck me, it's very impressive. This geezer is very impressive. He's been living off the grid, right? So he's not paying any electricity, paying no gas, nothing. He's off the grid. And he's developing it. He's now got sheep. He's now got chickens. He's got a wife. They've got a shower. He's also built a workshop. So he's got an income. He can make stuff for other people. There is quite a funny thing. The actual house where he lives with his wife, it's about a quarter the size of his workshop. His workshop is 2 floors and massive because that's where he'll spend most of his time. But let's have a look at this. It's quite impressive stuff and really, really motivating. And all of you can do this. You know, all of you can do this. You don't need a lot of money to do this. You start small. You make sacrifices, but then you slowly develop it. Check it out. We won't watch the whole 25 minutes, but we'll watch enough for you to get maybe, if not motivated, certainly interested. He's a nice geezer too. Here we go.
Hi everyone. So my name's Chris Harbour. About 6 years ago, I bought a piece of agricultural land, 18.5
Give me a sound check,
acres
someone.
to be exact, with the intention of turning it into a sustainable off-grid smallholding. I built this house, which I've now been living in for 5 years, and I thought it'd be nice to just show all of the different things that I've built in the last 5 years and how far we've come from just a field where I was
We'll watch
staying
about
in a tent
3 minutes. So
to
look.
having a house, workshop.
So you saw that. You saw that. Hang on. He starts in a tent.
In the last 5 years. And
he bought the land and he starts in a tent.
And how far we've come from just a field where I was staying in.
So that's the sacrifice him and his missus made. He started in a fucking canvas tent. That's, you know, many people talk, very few do. The geezer started in a tent. And when you see what he's got now, it's encouraging. It makes you envious. He relies on no one. He works. He builds things. It's incredible. Like I say, we'll only watch about 3 minutes, and I will interrupt, but only to stress points.
In a tent, to having a house, workshop, greenhouse, garden, and varying other things. It has been a huge improvement on my life generally. My well-being is far greater than it ever was before.
That's a really important point, because when you think about doing these things, getting off grid, self-sufficiency, growing, oh yeah, he grows all their own food and that as well. You know, you think about it as, oh, don't get all those fucking bills. I'm not this, I'm not that. But there's also just your sense of self-esteem. You look at your house, it's yours. You built that. You built a house for your family. You know, you work. The work you do is, you're not alienated from it. You're not putting floors in for some other cunt. You're not chopping up wood for some other bastard. You're not doing this or that. You're doing it for yourself. And every bit of work you do, you directly, benefit from. And you can imagine the state of your life just improves. Look, Emma G, straight on it. She's watched about 40 seconds. Weirdly, Emma, I've stopped it on 42 seconds. How weird is that? Look at that. I'll take your message off the screen. Look what it says underneath. Hang on. Look, 42. And you just, that is, what's the word? It's there. There's a word for that. Anyway, continue.
Mental health, my physical health, and my abilities have increased.
No, Jimmy. In fairness, there's something wrong with his hair. I think we can just understand that. There's something wrong with his hair.
Massively since I built even this house here. So I thought I'd give a general overview and tour of all those things. So let's get going. So this is the house from outside. It's the first thing I built. It's mostly round with like a square porch on the front for taking your shoes off and stuff. It has a roundwood timber frame and a reciprocal roundwood roof. It has cordwood walls.
And I'm telling you now, because I've seen many of these, this isn't hard. This stuff isn't hard. There's another bloke who's got videos like these where he says to you, he says, I didn't know how to make any of this. He said, I learned as I built it. And when he got to a bit he didn't know how to do, he found out. There's this other bloke, he's got this massive woodland home. And he says, look, you don't need to live in the middle of nowhere. You only need to live 20, 30 miles out of a town to be pretty much nicely isolated. Isolated? Well, it's awesomely isolated. That's what I meant when I said isolated. But you learn as you go. You don't have to go into this with knowledge. You learn it.
Sit on a gravel bag foundation and some stone, and obviously a turf roof. The wood was all mostly free. I didn't pay much for it. Just some of the roundwood poles that the frame are made of. Everything else was offcuts.
See, this is the thing. You can go to lumber yards and that, and just get offcuts and things, but we'll go further. I want you to see inside a bit more of his actual drum, because this is where him and his missus live. Look at this.
Is raised up off the floor, and it has the reciprocal spiraled roof.
Look at that lovely roof. Look at the mezzanine bed area for him and his missus with the ladder that goes up to it. I've lived in a pad with a mezzanine bed area. It's fucking lovely.
With a window in the middle. We have a small kitchen and wood stove and log burner on the right hand side, and hot water which is heated via the wood stove. I have my desk at the back which I do my editing from and generally running my work.
See, there's his computer that was mentioned earlier.
Around the side, mostly Dot's area. She has a harp and a spinning wheel and where she keeps her clothes and things. We have like this mezzanine floor up here.
Look at that. His missus plays the harp and has got a spinning wheel. I mean, you know, we've spoken about this on this channel. We've spoken about coming back to local living, and there'll be someone else like maybe 10 miles up the road from him who's doing the same, who's got different skills, who produces different things. And he can go up to him and say, look, mate, I need some of your blah, blah, blah. And he'll say, well, all right, I need you to do blah, blah, blah. Because this geezer built some of his tools. I'll show you that in a minute. He even built a thing to bang the posts in the ground. So someone else might need to borrow that. And they'll go, yeah, you can have that. Can you come and do blah, blah, blah? And it's like, yeah, no problem. Incredible. Local living, back to community living. How nice to bring your kids up somewhere like that. And they grow up understanding the value of work. They grow up understanding the value of home, family, sitting there on their fucking iPads, turning into morons all day long. No. Jimmy, you just have the will to do something. I had no idea how to navigate my channel, but I'm learning. I really wanted to do this, and somehow I am. Exactly. Nice one on the donation, Jimmy. Much appreciated and good point. I was the same. I wanted a channel. I couldn't work out how teenagers could have YouTube channels, and I couldn't work it out. Bearing told me, and it didn't work. Then I met up with Devon Tracy and had a cup of tea, and he just said, get this, do that. Later that day, I put my first video out. About a week later, I'd made about 20. So anyway, we will move on. Let me just check the old entropy. We're all good over there. Thank you, Jimmy, for that. And what you said's right. But here, we'll spin on a bit because he does go on about that a bit much. But I want to show you something else. So here is his hydropower.
With cob walls and hand split oak shingle roof, which I built with basically hand tools, all hand tools I think actually, and for very little money because it was basically all free again offcuts. Now there are certain expenditures you can't build that. You cannot build that. However, once you've got it, and he'll show you it working in a minute. The turbine it's a turbo turbine, an impulse turbo. So the water sprays out of jets, hits into what look like spoons really.
So the water that he's got pressured, and it's only a little stream. It's not like a fucking, it's not the River Thames. It's a little stream, but it's about 30 meters up. So he's always got pressure. And if you watch, he even cranks it up for you. Hang on. Here we go. Hang on. See that spinning there. So, hang on, we've got to go back a bit more. And a little bit more. Right, so in the winter and autumn month, when there's not enough sunlight for the solar panels, he's using hydroelectric power. Where there is, there's more rain in the winter and summer months. So he's got the power. Check this out.
I don't actually have enough water at the moment to sustain it, but it will turn on with what's in the pipe. So I'll just put the two manual nozzles on. There's one, that's the smallest one.
And that's him generating electricity. Right, we'll move on. We get to his garden. So he bought all these second hand?
They're just sort of resting on temporary stands and stuff, just bits of wood in the ground. And I'm hoping this winter to consolidate these onto a nice timber frame stand at some point. But yeah, that's what we use. It's as simple as that. So after all of the things were in place that I need.
So this is his workshop. Look at the size of this. I mean, I think I as a bloke, this is hilarious. You saw the size of the house. Now have a look at his workshop. Look at wait till you see inside. It's fucking massive, and it's 2 stories.
Come into my woodwork workshop.
Look how big
It's
it
still
is.
very much a work in progress. I still need to do lots of benches and things like that.
He built
But
all
it's
of
a
that.
working workshop, and I use it every day. And like I say, I'm gradually, slowly but surely, getting more tools, more equipment.
And that's the key to all of this. You don't try and get it all done in 1 month. You do it slowly. He started off with a tent, and now he's got all this. And now I want to show you some of the tools that he's actually made. Actually, it's worth going up into the top bit of the wood of the this lovely roof at the top, the 2nd floor of the workshop. Look at that.
The roof sits on a central oak tree on the back wall, and all of the rafters lay on each other from that point onwards.
It's about 5 times the size of his house.
With a main window
Beautiful.
in the middle. So we'll walk over to that room now. Staircase here. This is leading up to the building that's still under construction.
Yeah, you don't need to see that. Let's get to his fruit and veg. Oh, actually, that's quite a nice shot because this is the upstairs. Look at that. Look at the size of it.
And then around the perimeter of the walls, there will
That's the 2nd floor of his workshop.
be all of the tools, lathe, mill, stuff like that. I suppose
I want you to see his garden. There's a greenhouse he built.
in this environment, I really need a greenhouse to get things started early and to prolong the growing season.
I mean, that's obviously more important in England. You need a greenhouse to prolong the growing season because you haven't got a lot of, you're going to get, 3 or 4 months. But somewhere out here, where by the way, land and labour is cheaper, you can grow fruit and vegetables all year round. It's apart from monsoon season, which you need for the water, look at that.
So this year I managed to get this finished. It's a timber framed greenhouse of my own design.
And if you have a look at Dawn Browning's channel, she's doing all this. Her and Master Ben are building raised beds for all their food. Well, hang on, someone just asked a very good question. When you buy the land, some land comes with planning permission. You don't buy land that you can't build on. When the land's up for sale, you have to obviously investigate. Can I put a permanent residence on here? And you'll be surprised how much of it you can. And that's it. And so if you can, you do. I've got mates who've built movable structures because you can get round planning permission, but it's a fucking hoo-ha. Like every 6 months, they have to get in a wagon and drag the fucking chalet like 30 meters to the left, so that it's not a permanent residence. But fuck all that. Just get a bit of land where you can put a permanent residence on.
Design, and it has tough.
And again, all of that. It's got toughened glass. He built that himself. Yeah, you get the idea. And I'll tell you what. There is loads of these videos on YouTube. And what's beautiful about them is they don't just show you the final product. Most of them, the ones I've seen anyway, most of them, they start from the beginning. They've made a video of the whole process. And like I say, this one bloke, let me just see if I can find it. Oh, it's so lovely talking to you people. I've still got my headache, but it's taken the edge off the self-pity, sitting around, I've got an headache. This has been lovely. So I know many of you write to me and say, I don't think you understand how much the scrubs means to people. But that goes 2 ways, believe me. I get a hell of a lot out of doing these streams. Where's this one with the geezer? Here it is. Right, so have a look at this. Just have a little look at this. I'll take you right back to the beginning because he says some really, really important things. Right, let's have a look. I won't look at this one for 10 minutes, but this geezer is 20 miles away from the nearest town. And that's a really important thing he stresses. You don't need to go into the middle of the wilderness where you're going to be dealing with bears and whatever. Just enough to get a bit of peace and quiet. Just enough to not get hassled by people rioting in your local town and, you know, all that shit. Just a nice, local, self-sufficient life. That's really stressed. But what this bloke also stresses is, excuse me, hang on a minute, I can't be doing my head halfway down the screen. That's better. He also says he didn't have a clue. He did not have a clue how to make this house. He learned as he went on. And when he made mistakes, he made mistakes. So that's what the original, what were they called? The American frontier people done. They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know the land. They made mistakes. And through mistakes, you learn. And through mistakes, you learn. And when you learn, you make it better. And he really he keeps stressing that. Don't think just because you've never used a chainsaw, don't think because you've never chopped the bark off a tree and you don't know how to work with green wood that you can't do it. Just give it a go. And also, there's so much information out there about this stuff. You can spend a year learning before you get into it. But you don't have to be a carpenter. You don't have to be a roof maker to do this stuff. You can do it. Check out some of this one. He's a nice bloke as well. I recommend this video. Probably more than the other video, but the other video, he's a bit further down the road, so I thought it was worth showing you.
An off-grid homestead. It's a dream for millions of people. Working with your hands, building your own cabin in the woods, camping as you build, paying as you go, providing for your own heat, your own water, no rent, no mortgage, but freedom and simplicity and independence.
How lovely does that sound? No rent, no mortgage, living off your own work. It's so beautiful.
Independence and the satisfaction of doing it yourself. In this video, I'm going to show you what that looks like, start to finish, building an off-grid homestead from the ground up, and not some fan.
I'll give you the link to this because he literally does do that. He starts with nothing and he finishes it. Look at Moslab. I have 5 heavily wooded acres of land to clear. Going to mark it off today, Dangerfield, if you want to see the beginning process. Moslab, get it videoed, mate. Get it videoed, start to finish. It will be wonderful. I'll tell you what, I'll do a deal with you. You get the footage, you know, just do it in 10-minute chunks. 10-minute, explain what you're going to do, and then show a little bit at the end of it. And then I'll show those clips on the stream over the next year or 6 months or however long it's going to take. If you can be asked to do something like that, I'll do the editing work and all that. You know, but if, you know, think about that because you've obviously got a big family there. You're looking after other family. I know that extended family. And you've got a newborn and you've got a new bit of land. And, you know, so think about it. Check it out.
Fantasy Hollywood version, but what it's really like. Let's get started. My wife Brooke and I started this homestead project on a...
Same as the other bloke. He built a tent. He bought the land, built a tent. That was his first stop. We are going to be living in a tent. All right, Moslab, don't feel obliged though, because if it becomes too much work, I fully understand.
A 4-acre piece of property, 25 miles outside of Fairbanks, Alaska. We set up a wall.
There you go, 25 miles out of Fairbanks. He's not in the middle of nowhere. He's a 25-mile bike ride to the nearest town. So they built a little tent. Well, it's quite a big tent. And he keeps stressing he didn't know what he was doing.
All tent, we got right to work. This is the spot we picked for our cabin. We started with the foundation, mixing all the concrete by hand in a wheelbarrow. The road we live on is so muddy, there's no way to get a cement truck up here. So I would drive to the gravel pit, get gravel, bags of Portland.
You can learn how to put footings in about 10 minutes.
Portland cement, mix all the concrete by hand. Now a foundation like this, anybody can do. It's just going to take a bit of time and a bit of work.
This next bit is key. Listen to what he says. This is key.
Now at this point, we have a concrete foundation in, and we have a first-story floor, and we're living in a wall tent full-time. Like real homesteaders before us, we're going to use what we have a lot of on the property to build this cabin.
There you go. We're going to use what we've got in the environment.
In this case, it's aspen trees. This 4-acre piece is covered with aspen trees, so we've decided to build a vertical log cabin using the aspen logs. Not only do we need to build a cabin, we're also going to need to build a storage shed, and we're going to need to build a shower house. Now, we're only 25 miles out of town, but if your dream is to build a homestead in a very remote area, chainsaw jigs like this one, they could come in really handy. You can cut boards, you can cut beams, you can
It's simple. A chainsaw jig is simply a lump of wood or a metal guide that allows you to chuck your chainsaw on it and cut straight lines. So what he's doing there, each tree he chops down, he's flattening the opposing sides so that when he puts them up, they're going to go vertical, not your weird Hollywood horizontal ones. They're going to be vertically placed to make the walls of his house. So by flattening the sides, they're going to stick together. And it's just a very basic chainsaw jig. Look, I'm not a fucking workman. I'm not an handyman, but I know what a fucking jig is. And as he keeps stressing, he didn't know what he was doing. He learned as he went on.
two-side logs like I'm doing here. This is a head and lumber maker, and it doesn't require a special kind of saw or a special kind of chain. Handy tool to have for a homesteader.
Right, so we'll move on a bit so that you'll get to see where he gets in about 2 months.
Into the outside finish, which we're
Look at
using
his
super
pad.
duckback log oil to finish the cabin, and Waco Danish oil, which is what we're going to use on the inside. While I'm putting in the last of the logs, Brooke is cleaning and staining the log walls on the outside. She's also cleaning up some of the log
How much envy is in your eyes? I'm just looking at that thinking, I'm on it. I am on it. This is what I'm going to do.
tops from the trees we used for the log wall and putting away some wood for colder weather. When you're living on a piece of property and you're building out of pocket, your stuff is all over the place because you haven't yet built a place to put it. You don't have a storage shed to start with, you don't have a house, you don't have cupboards, so you have things that need to be put away. One of the most beneficial things we can do at this point in the process is work on the kitchen cabinets and the countertop and the sink. We build cabinets.
We'll forward it a bit. Where he's making his kitchen.
We're not building a piano here, we're just building a box to put our groceries away in.
A couple of hinges, a couple of bits of wood. Look at that. Look at his pad now.
Now I probably have $80 into the countertop. The sink was free. The plywood I bought for the cabinet frames, it cost about $25. It's just 3/4 inch CDX. Everything else is just cheap local hardware store boards.
So he paid 80 quid for that nice, you know, what they call them, the top of his kitchen board. And then it's all just offcuts and bits and bobs that he picked up for next to nothing, about $120 in total. That's his
Hinges.
kitchen.
I probably have $150 into the entire setup, if that. And that turned out
Nothing
pretty
wrong with
nice.
that. Making an outside store shed, I imagine that is. Yes, there's hippies everywhere, but, you know, we can forgive them that. Look at their lovely evenings out there. Good Lord, they haven't got all, they haven't been enriched. They haven't got people fighting in the streets. They haven't got windows going through. There's not police sirens going off. And he can keep adding to it. He can keep building. He can build this, he can build that, he can improve. Look, he's even got his shower sorted here. Pump action, no dramas.
The shower house
pressure
is a hit. It works just perfect, just the way it was intended to. All the water runs down into a gray water drain pit. And just like that, we've taken care of another one of our homestead needs.
Look at the views the geezer lives in. I mean, oh my days. Is that wonderful?
Fantastic. Now the weather's cooling off enough, it's time to give our...
I'll give you the link to that one, and because he's got other videos as well. And what I really like about it, I mean, it's had over 6 million views. What I really like about it is he continually stresses. He continually stresses that you don't need to know what you're doing. You learn as you go on. You know, you develop it as you go on. Over here, Bullet, I wouldn't expect to pay more than £3,000 for a couple of acres. $3,000, sorry. Really? You know, you'll be surprised. But, you know, I'd probably spend a bit more than that just to get somewhere a little bit nicer, you know. But where my girlfriend's family lives, one of the women there, one of her cousins owns the land, and she's already said to me, you can buy some. So I might buy my land just near all their houses. So when we do bring up our kids, they've got the whole family, all the other kids to play with. You know, there's like 10 kids. They're popping out newborns 2-3 a year. So we've got a big extended family, but we're 30-40 meters away from their little pads. You know, my girlfriend built her family a house, land and house, for $7,000. You know, it's nothing special, but they all live there, and it's better than when they're all sleeping in the floor of the other one. So, yeah. And, you know, I'll be putting in a bit of effort. I'll be learning a bit of stuff. But I will also employ local builders, because they'll be able to put up a log cabin out there in a couple of weeks. And it's like they'll do that for about $500. So, you know, because I'm in a different situation, I would like to get involved, and I will get involved in certain things. But there are, you know, it's a bit of give and take with that sort of thing. Am I going to chop down all those trees and finish off all those logs, or because labour's so cheap out here, am I going to get them to do it? So, you know, it's a bit of both. But there's no right or wrong way to do it. You do it however you want. I'll put that link in the chat again. No, it's unlikely. There's more chance of the novel getting finished first. I'm talking about 3 or 4 years' time. You know, I haven't got the money at the moment to get all that done, and I don't want my missus and me to be living in a tent for too long. So I'm saving and, you know, doing what I can. Oh my! Oh, Zeitgeist, are you still in the chat? Zeitgeist, are you still here? I thought you were nipping off, but are you here? Let me know if you're here, mate. Zeitgeist. There's a very good reason why I'm asking if you're in the chat. Yeah, Zeitgeist, I think you've done that donation twice, mate. And it's a very big donation. So you might want to talk to Entropy about that. I'll show you what you've done. I mean, thank you very much, but I don't think that's intentional, because the message is identical in both donations. So Zeitgeist has given me, oh, good Lord, has given me $100. I think you probably expected to give me 50. He says, bloody inspiring. Thanks for sharing that, Chris. I thought it was you that sent it to me. But I've got a funny feeling that you didn't intend to do that twice. I mean, thank you for 100 Australian dollars. But if you want me to sort that out via Entropy, I can probably have a word with them, because I know the bird. Well, I don't know her, but I talk to her quite a lot because she's all right. But come on, Gaffney, I can't do that. If Zeitgeist, email me if you want me to try and sort that out for you, because I probably can. But thank you very much for 50. Oh, good Lord. Well, all right then. Well, look, don't have a sudden thought. Have a think about it and let me know, because I can probably get that back to you. Because like I say, I talked to that bird. That's very, very kind of you, though. And didn't you send me that video, though? I mean, but it is fucking inspiring either way. Yeah, that's very kind of him. Very, very kind. Thank you. Yeah, nice one, innit, Jip? What's Moslab just said? Thank you, Anglo-Saxon. I can't see myself leaving Cambodia now. I love it here. I've got a girlfriend who I've a level of love I've never really known before. I trust her wholly with my heart, and I could never have said that before. The climate's lovely. Last night, thank you, Zeitgeist, by the way, I'll take that to the screen. And thank you, Anglo. I was out yesterday night. I needed to go and get some milk because I didn't want to wake up and not have my cereal. I'm still English. I still want my cornflakes in the morning. I'm not going to have frogs. And, 9:30. I live near the waterfront. It's the cool bit of the center of Phnom Penh, right? This is the middle of the city. Listen. Can you hear that? Nothing. There's nothing. This is there might be a motorbike. Now, last night I went out to get some milk. I didn't put my crash helmet on. Now, I know that's not a good thing, but there's no other traffic out at that time of night. It's not dangerous. And I only burn along about 30 kilometers an hour. I'm not like, I'm not in that hurry to get to buy some milk. I have these in. I have my phone in my bag, playing Spiritualized, and I just burn along. I see the occasional other scooter, but no one wears their crash hats at night because there's not enough people around to make it warranted. And I just go down the shop, and I was just thinking, I will never take this place for granted. When I first got here, on that first morning when I woke up, that electric blue sun, a bit of jet lag. I was up about 6 in the morning. The sun was coming up, and the sky was electric blue, and I watched it just get brighter and brighter. I thought, never take this for granted, because, I've lived in bedsits. I've lived in cupboards under the stairs. I've lived in junkies' basements. I've been homeless. I've gone days without eating. I've had people put guns in my mouth. You know what I've been through, because, I know I've brought most of it upon myself. But, I got busy when I needed to, and I've finally managed to get myself a reasonably good life. And, it's far from over yet, my life. I could get another 30, 40 years out of it, maybe. Even if I only got 20. If I have kids in 3 years, I'll see them till they're 17. And maybe that's not ideal, but my dad died when I was 16, and my life's been all right. It's been a little bit weird. It's been a little bit wacky. It's been a little bit wild, but I've loved it. I love life. I've loved being alive. Even with all that bullshit, I've loved life. I love it still. And the idea of building an house out in the woods, out in the provinces, and bringing up a small family. She wants 4 kids. Fucking hell. What's going on? I'm trying to write a book. But I've told her I need an office, and that office has got a lock on the door, without a doubt. So in answer to your question, yeah, I think so. I think I am going to become one with my environment. Zeitgeist, I just want to say again, thank you. That is really, really generous of you. And if you do change your mind, just email me, because that was clearly an accident, doubling up like that. Moslab says he's paid $1,600 an acre for a heavily wooded property. Yeah, amazing. That's an amazing price for America, isn't it? Great stuff. And you've just bought a load of new land, haven't you? With a fucking lake. Incredible. You're a hero of mine, Moslab. Well, I put it on my Telegram yesterday. You know the comedian Theo Von? His dad was 77 when he had him. Theo Von, his old man was 77. Now, I ain't leaving it that long, that's for sure. But it'll be, my missus doesn't want children yet because she wants to travel. And she doesn't want to travel with a belly with a kid in it. And she doesn't want to drag kids around. And so, 2 or 3 years, I'll be all right. I'm a young 49 anyway. Look at me, Jesus Christ. People think I'm 35 when I ask them. Yeah, and that just makes my day. Raymond, hi. Thank you, mate. The echo of your voice and Scrubs has helped me through this painful divorce. As patriots and nationalists, we are lime it or not bound together. I think that might be a typo or I don't understand it. But I get your sentiment and thank you, Raymond. And terrible to hear about your divorce. You emailed me the other day. I replied to you, I think. And I'm not going to say what you said in the email, but you know what I said. You've got a choice there to make a new start that could be, that could see you for a long time and a good time. No, I haven't. I'm telling you the truth. Adele, you cheeky little snake loser. What's happened to the snake? That's what we all want to know. I can't believe you've lost a snake. Is it in a block of flats as well? Some poor bastard's going to have a snake crawling in their bed. Oh, it's nice and warm here. Adele, have you found that bloody snake? I need a snake update. Entropy. Adele. Snake losing walker. Adele. Snake losing walker. Skint as an anemic runner bean, but this has inspired me. So there you go. Nice one, Adele. That's muchos apreciato. Hang on a minute. Snake still absent without leave. Adele, is it in a block of flats? I don't know where you live, so I don't know whether you'd call it a block of flats. I'm imagining you're UK with a name like Adele Walker. That's as English as it comes. But good Lord. 42 says Dankula does a series of Mad Lads. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Dankula, but I do enjoy the Mad Lads videos. One nutter threw a live chicken at the council planning officer in a meeting and ended up with a shootout. The moral of this story, do not throw chickens at council officers. Thank you, Adele, for the donation, the sentiment, and the update on the. You've got to find it. Isn't like we had rats, but they'd answer to their name. You could lose them, and you'll just go Leon, and they'd come out going. Does the snake not? Can you? What do they eat? Are they big enough to eat mice, or are they just little ones? Can't you just sort of tempt it with like a dead mouse or something? I like the way you've used slither to make it even worse. She's lost in a terraced house, so hopefully won't slither next door. But all you go into my mother's loft, you can walk along all the houses. We used to do it as kids. We used to walk across the lofts or attics for the Americans, and you could lift up the attic, the little bit of wood, and look into other people's houses. Now, I'm not saying we went into their houses and stole anything, but those were the days. Now, if a 11-year-old boy can do it, I'm sure a snake can do it. What is it? Is it like one of those little buggers, or is it like a python or something? I've put a chick and a rat out. Sounds like me and my missus in 92. Oh, listen to this, people. Yeah. Listen to this. So I'll give you the link to my latest Substack. So listen to this. You'll like this. Oh, my God. Oh, Adele. My mate Paul Nichols, remember from EastEnders, played Joe Wicks? He's a mate of mine. The bloke I told you about crashed his scooter into a waterfall in Thailand, nearly died, had river leeches the size of his fist coming up out the water. Oh, yeah. Ended up in hospital in Thailand. It was in the sun. We went through this. Well, he used to keep snakes, but they were like these little tiny things. And that's what I thought you've lost. You've lost a 5-foot python. Let's just have a look at how big a 5-foot python is. Hang on, I'm not going to get my junk out. That'd be a 7-foot python. But hang on, I'm 6'2", all right? I'm 6'2". So Adele's snake, hang on. Adele's snake. Can you see me? Can you see the top of my head? Adele's snake is from my neck to my feet. So probably about that big. Can you see me? It's it's a fucking python. Oh, that done my head in. All that changes in height. It's the length of my arm span. Girlfriend's on the blower. Hello, my love. Darling, I'm doing a stream. I'm doing a video. You want me to show him you twerking? No, I didn't think you would. All right. Love, I'm going to show him. Right.
My love.
Yes, darling, I'll call you when I'm done.
I miss you.
I miss you too. I'll call you when I'm finished.
You finished headache?
Little bit. Still there a little bit. Oh, listen. You know Snake? Friend of mine, friend watch video, right? Hang on, wait. All right, listen. She had a snake nearly same as me, yeah? About that big.
Wow.
Yeah, listen. She's lost it. It's gone. She doesn't know where it is. But in England, houses not same as province, not one here. There were 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe snake people next door come in their bed. Fucking hell. Listen, love, I'll call you after. Give me 15 minutes.
Okay.
All right, love. Bye. Yeah, okay. I understand snake reference.
Give me one.
Mwah. Bye. Adele, I'm shocked. I am completely shocked. I thought it was one of those things. I thought it was one of those little nothings. You've lost a 5-foot python. Oh, this has changed everything. I don't know how you're sleeping at night. I mean, they're not venomous, are they, pythons? Please. Thanks. I mean, I'm sorry you couldn't understand that conversation because of my Khmer. She doesn't know. When she gets to my mother's house and she sees all those houses in a row, she's going to think, why would you live like that? Where's the room to live? Where do you put 40 people? And I'll be like, no, there's only 2 or 3, sometimes 4. Yeah, we're not breeding enough. Yeah, it's a big problem. Yeah, you'll see that when I take you to London tomorrow. So Adele, please tell me it's not venomous. They're not. What do you call them? What are they called? What kind of snake is that called? I can't remember what it's called. When they squeeze you. You know how those ones work, right? Those squeezers. They don't squeeze you to death. That's not how it works. They get round you, and then when you breathe in, a constrictor. Thank you, RMF and Gaffney. A constrictor. This is how it kills you, right? It's really dark. It's darker than you think. You think if you get like a boa constrictor, that's your classic constrictor, right? You think it wraps around you and just crushes you to death, right? Oh no, it's far worse. What it does is it grabs round you, you breathe out, you breathe in, and then when you breathe out, your lungs and your diaphragm contract. And it squeezes tighter, so you can't breathe in. There's no room for your lungs or diaphragm to expand. So then you go, and you might get a little bit of air in, but then when you breathe that out, it constricts a bit more, and then you're just like, So I see one of those survival things, and he said, if ever you get a constrictor around you, first thing you do is take as much breath in as you can. So you go, and the other trick he said is get your arms in front of your lungs so that you've got a chance of pushing that fucking thing out and getting air into your lungs. Adele, is it poisonous? Has it got... Pythons are constrictors. It could literally kill someone. We had people down our road. They were gypsies, but they'd gone to brick, and they used to go around the school to collect their 30 kids with pythons around their necks, and she used to bring it round our house and just get a little mouse. They weren't dead in those days either. As a living mouse, because the python weren't interested in the dead ones, and she'd hobble it a bit. She'd put an elastic band around the back feet of the mouse so it couldn't run away. I was like about 6 going, this is hell. Nature is vulgar. And then this fucking python would just go, and then it like burp up the fur about half hour later. She's not venomous, but I've just been told that pythons are constrictors. Sorry, Adele, I don't mean, I'm kind of half joking, but I honestly thought it was like a little nothing. A 5-foot python lost. Is there any like penalties for that? Can you get in trouble or anything? Oh yeah, loads of people have snakes in England. She's a royal python. Good Lord. Should we see what one of them looks like, people? Let's have a look at a royal python. Royal python. Adele, are you gypsy? Serious question. Because the gypsies that lived around our way had... Oh, that's exactly what they had. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, I don't like them. I did hold it, though, as a kid. I don't know if I would now. But that is one beautiful creature. I can see the attraction. I can see the attraction. Have a look at this, people. Good Lord. I'd guess this one looks about 5 foot. Like fully unwound. If you don't like snakes, people, I wouldn't look at the screen now. I know some people don't like them, but look at this, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. This little eye there. This little eye there, look. Adele, because you know snakes, I'm guessing that's probably about 5 foot unwound, right? Fucking hell. So your neighbour. Yes, John, it is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I like the way you're taking this seriously, Adele. I don't think there are penalties, just the potential of giving someone post-traumatic snake disorder. But Adele, that one looks about 2 years old, so maybe about 2.5 foot. So yours is bigger than that. Oh, How big is it at its biggest girth, Adele? What's the circumference, if you know this stuff? LC50, fuck its little eye. How big is it at its biggest girth? I can't believe that thing's having. Adele, are you confident it will come back? Has this happened before? Or are you a little bit stressed? Look at this. Turns out there's bloody snakes akimbo in the House of Scrubs. I had a normal, a Mojave, a spider, and an albino. I've seen those albino pythons actually. They're pretty like the stuff from Nightmares. You're on fire today. Oh, same joke from our pal. Here we go. John Palmer's laughing at Moslad. Don't encourage him, John. Imagine living in a town full of them as your next door neighbours. I've always loved curry, but shit, it even put me off. RMF says it's not coming back. Reptiles don't care. Yes, but it has been trained to not, what's it going to eat? Surely it's going to go back. I mean, do they have a sense of smell or anything? Diameter at her fattest is probably about 10 centimeters. So it's about that wide, people. That snake is about that wide at its fattest. Fucking hell. Where is it? Bourbon Decay, he found an adder outside his house a few years ago. The local cat was having a sniff around it. They're poisonous, aren't they? They're the only poisonous snake we have in England. We have grass snakes that will bite you, but they're not poisonous. What will it eat? Pet cats. Well, Adele, all jokes aside, I do hope you find it. I certainly do hope you find it, because that's your snake and I imagine you're missing it. And I hope you find it before someone else does. Bullet, he squeezed you. You dead. Right, people of the House of Scrubs. Lovely to see some people come over from AIU. I'm going to leave you, actually. I'm going to play you. If you like movies and you don't watch The Critical Drinker, you're missing out. His knowledge and understanding of movies is incredible. I'm not going to leave you with this. I'm going to play a bit of music after it. But I'm going to play you 1 minute 45 of The Critical Drinker on a little rant. We used to have them as kids. I loved them. I'm going to play you a little rant from The Critical Drinker. And he's going to tell you what the problem is with modern movie making. Just to give it a bit of context, they're talking about franchises like Star Trek. Everyone loved Star Trek when it was written by people who cared, by people who weren't trying to make it a piece of activism. He's talking about franchises that have just been ruined by people who, suddenly we have to have a 4'4" woman who can kick the shit out of 9 blokes. All that stuff. That's the context of this rant. Yeah, if you're not subscribed to The Critical Drinker and you like movies, you really should be. Here he is talking about the problems with modern filmmaking. Check it out. It's on a live stream. Mauler's in there as well, and a couple of others. Dankula's in there, but it's just The Critical Drinker talking here. He's a Scottish bloke. Here we go.
Let me tell you what the problem that we have now, right? It's that other people who were smarter and more creative and more talented created these great franchises, these great characters, whether it was First Blood, like you mentioned there, or whether it was like Star Wars or Star Trek or whatever. The problem is we get forward like 20, 30, 40 years, it gets handed off to a new generation of writers, and they're told, like, you know, you have to write this new series, this new movie or whatever. They didn't create that stuff. They didn't put in the work. They didn't have that creativity. They didn't earn anything that they fucking got. They got given this gig, and they got no fucking appreciation for the incredible opportunity that they have and the incredible responsibility that they have to the people that are actually invested in this stuff. All that they think in their dumb fucking like 80 IQ brains is, oh, this is a great chance for me to put in my political messaging. And that is their mindset. That is how they create it. They stand on the shoulders of giants and they shit all over them. And that's what's so frustrating about modern cinema. If they want to create their own crap, fine. If it's good, then people will watch it. If it's shit, nobody will. But they don't, because they can't. What they do is they get given this stuff that other people who are far more intelligent than them have made, and they destroy it. That's what, like, ultimately people like me, people like Muller, people like Gary find so fucking frustrating, is seeing these great things that were made by other people destroyed by people who are fucking idiots.
I don't think you could really nail it so well as he did then. That's the problem. And, you know, how dare you ruin things from our childhood? How dare you fuck Star Wars up? How dare you fuck Superman up, Batman up, Star Trek up, just because you wanted to shit your fucking politics all over me? Oh, I'm not interested in your politics. If I wanted to, I'd go and find it. It's an absolute liberty. I mean, you know, cinema today, what? Name me a good film from the last 10 years. You probably can, but you're going to struggle. It might be one or two. You go back to the 70s, you look, you know, Apocalypse Now, Enter the Dragon, Star Wars, even fucking Superman. You know, the Long March Through the Institutions, they got themselves into fucking Hollywood and it was fucked. It's an absolute shit show. Listen, this has been a fantastic stream. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who donated. You've been very generous today. Thank you to everyone who joined in the chat. Without that, we have no community. Thanks to the Most Delightfuls and the Lurkers. Thanks to Rags and Moslab. We will continue to follow the story of the missing Python, and hopefully that will be some good news. That is a fantastic movie. And you should also watch Riders of Justice, people. Watch the Anders Jensen film, Riders of Justice. It's fantastic. People, thank you for taking me away from my headache for a bit. It's still there. I might go another paracetamol. There will not be a yoga stream later. I can't risk doing all that because it just, and that's not what yoga's about. I might stream later though, depending on the headache. So look out for it. If I do, it'll be about 5, 6, 7 UK time. Oh, fucking hell. It was almost the perfect stream. It wasn't. Thank you, people. Oh, you almost will certainly see me later because I'm going to be taking it easy today and it'll be a pleasure to do a stream. Nice one, Anglo. You've been very generous. Much appreciated. I will see you all later. Ta-da!
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down. All my friends are sick of having me around. Nobody wants to give a buddy one last break. Can't go on, I've taken all a man can take. Life is a curse, it only gets worse, and the world don't watch you drown. Maybe my mind will fail to ever find the point. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head
I didn't know I had it in me, mate.
on the riverbed.
Look after yourself, mate.
Looking back, I rejected every place
Thank you, Bushy. I'm sure it'll end today. I'm not going to do any writing. That's just a shame. Yeah, I probably will put a bit of that on the temples. Good call.
So I get high to justify the mess I'm in. People get mad and people get sad, but at least they
See you later, Sal.
I struggle to feel emotion I can really trust. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head.
Good call, Rags. Give us a like, people, if you can. Strange, isn't it? That's your cultural Marxism. And with the media, hello, Sean. See you later, mate. The media are losing their audience. CNN have lost 80% on some of their shows. 80%. Bye. And that's the propaganda arm of the left. The migraine's gone, Della. I mean, I know what you mean. The headache is just lingering now, but I'm confident we'll go today. Thank you, love.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head.
That's what it's about, Tricky.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
Go on, get back down your own end, and I'll tell you why, because there might be a 5-foot python around this end. I'll probably see you later. Looking forward to it. It's been a blast, really. Thank you.